coming after me. Y'all favorite came after me. My fans up and them bands up, bring my fam up. The mentality, these niggas be faking. The mentality, these niggas be hating. The mentality.
Alright y'all, so in this video we're going to be talking about one of the biggest counters to this assassin meta that we're in right now. Lately, if you haven't noticed, we've been talking about different strategies and stuff like that. People wanted me to break down strategy and why Mobile Legends is in the condition that it's in right now. So that's what I'm trying to focus on. One, really explain to you all different skills and techniques to survive assassins and stuff like that. And it's just a lot of information that's not shared around the Mobile Legends community that exists. Like I said, all this stuff comes from other MOBAs, all this stuff comes from other information, but the first time you bring up, oh, League of Legends, you have a bunch of people saying, no, Mobile Legends is nothing like League of Legends, when in reality it is. Like I showed you throughout the last video, that literally is directly almost parallel to the League of Legends, but a lot of people didn't see it that way. I see a lot of people are seeing it now. But yeah, you just got to take the time to really study what's come before Mobile Legends. Mobile Legends is not where MOBAs started. MOBAs have been around for like 10 years plus, like over 10 years, bro. Like MOBAs is nothing new. So that's what we're going to be talking about. But let's focus on this comment that I got first. Someone said the reason that marksmen are bad in Mobile Legends is because it takes like 15 minutes for a marksman to get fed, but it takes like 10 minutes or so for the game to be over when you have an assassin, because assassins can kill early on. Now, that's how MOBAs have always been. Assassins are killers. At level 4, an assassin can go crazy and kill you. That's why all the other skills required to be a good marksman player is very, very important. And this was my response basically. Let's see. I said, I think the problem in Mobile Legends is people are so bad at positioning, they allow games to end in 10 minutes. League of Legends takes like 30 minutes sometimes for marksmen to get fed. Those games can take up to an hour. It's not bad that marksmen take 10 minutes. People just don't know how to work as a team and survive for 10 minutes. It's not impossible to survive for more than 10 minutes, but the community makes it seem like it is. No one pushes the game into late game. That's a skill, being able to survive until late game, but it's a skill no one practices in Mobile Legends, which is why no one knows how to do it and how to formulate a strategy that will allow you to do it. That's all part of the experience of a MOBA. It has to be learned. Mobile Legends shouldn't just make marksmen stronger or something. The community needs to learn. Surviving until late game is something everyone should be able to learn how to do. So that's a skill in itself, knowing how to survive, knowing how to make sure the game pushes forward. Like honestly, the thing is, when people use powerful assassins, it seems like no one knows how to keep a tower up. No one knows how to keep their lanes pushed up. No one knows what position they should be in. I saw a League of Legends player the other day. They left a comment like, yo, everybody in Mobile Legends is a jungler. What's up with that? Like literally in League of Legends, you have one person jungling, and in Mobile Legends, you have everybody jungling. You have the marksman going to the jungle. You have the freaking tank going to the jungle. You literally have everyone in the community trying to jungle. In League of Legends, it's one person doing that. Now, let's put this in aspects that basically make sense for Mobile Legends. You realize when people are picking multiple assassins, that puts them at the disadvantage. Now, you may not understand this, you may not have realized this before, but when people choose 2 assassins, that means that you have to split the jungle between 2 people. The way an assassin gets fed is throughout the jungle. The assassin roams through the jungle. They get fed by taking the jungle monsters. They get fed by invading the other team's jungle, trying to take their jungle monsters and stuff like that. That's how an assassin gets fed. When it's 2 people, they have to split that in half. So both of them get fed in half the time. Well, I mean, not in half the time. It takes them a little bit longer. It takes each of them longer to get fed because they only getting half of what they usually would. If there's one jungler, if there's one person going in the jungle taking everything, which is the assassin, basically it's going to take that assassin a lot less time to get fed because he's going to have both jungles to himself. So when people use multiple assassins, even if they have 3 assassins, that's even worse for them. But the Mobile Legends community, that you all see it as like, oh no, they have 3 assassins, it's too strong. You all have to realize the one and only way that having multiple assassins will ever be viable is if they compensate for that gold that they're not going to get from the jungle. And at this point, you have to think about how is it possible for them to get gold if they have to split it from the jungle. And when you think about this, it's really, really simple. Like, it's going to seem so simple when you think about the fact that if an assassin's job is to get fed from the jungle, and you have multiple assassins, so that should put them at the disadvantage. How is it that everyone plays assassins in Mobile Legends and they're never at the disadvantage? People are terrified of assassins in Mobile Legends. So what they don't realize is that in order for assassins to get fed in Mobile Legends, they have to compensate the gold that they can't get from the jungle by killing players. So no matter how good you think you are, no matter how unstoppable you think you are, you might think the assassin is just better. That assassin is only possible for them to get fed by killing you, by killing your team. Which means if your team does not die, how is an assassin going to get fed? How are they going to compensate for that jungle that they can no longer take? That they can no longer, like, sharing the jungle, sharing all this gold, sharing the farm. Like, how can they possibly compensate if they're not killing you? The answer is they won't be able to compensate if they're not killing you. And that means that they're going to fall behind a lot faster. They're going to fall behind a lot faster. So what you have to realize is in games, the reason that Mobile Legends ends so quickly is because of the people dying. Like, literally, you have to know how to survive. Being able to stay alive and being able to live is not just only the job of the marksman, it is the job of everyone. A marksman is just more important that they stay alive, but everyone has to know how to stay alive. Everyone has to know what fights are not worth fighting and who they should never die to, which is an assassin. It's very, very important that you all know how to position, where to position, where you should be. And one of the things that's most difficult about Mobile Legends and positioning and everything in Mobile Legends is the fact that we don't have wards in Mobile Legends. And if you don't know what a ward is, it's basically in League of Legends, they basically have this little light thingy that you can put in the jungle and it will reveal anybody that steps in that area. So you know how we have those bushes in our lane? Like if you're in the bottom lane, there's some bushes over there to your left. In League of Legends, if somebody was to step in those bushes, they would automatically show up on the mini map, because if you put a ward there, then you would automatically see them. You would be able to see them invading into your jungle and stuff like that. But we don't have that in Mobile Legends, so that makes it slightly more difficult in Mobile Legends. Honestly, in Mobile Legends, the only counter to that I can think of is really using humans as a ward. But that's not something that people do. So basically, if you position your tank or whatever right there in those bushes instead, then you'll be able to see if anybody invades into your jungle. You'll be able to see them. So if somebody tries to step into that bush or invade into your jungle, if your tank is, or somebody is hiding in those bushes right there, obviously they'll show up on the mini map and you'll be able to know, you'll be able to prepare and stuff like that. But that all has to do with strategy. Like honestly, the Mobile Legends map isn't as big as the League of Legends map. So it is pretty, it's kind of easy to do that, because honestly, the tank can go hide in those bushes and still be beneficial. The tank can step out either way. So the tank can step out and go towards the jungle from those bushes, or the tank can step out and protect the marksman from those bushes. And same with somebody in the top lane. Both people don't have to be standing shoulder to shoulder in the top lane unless an engagement is going on. So it's just a simple position like that, and we have a human ward. Now that might not be the most effective warding system. I can agree that that's not the best warding system, but I think the Mobile Legends is such a small map that we can get away with doing it. We can definitely get away with doing it. But that just comes down to strategy, coming up with a strategy where that makes sense, and making sure that whoever's being the human ward is able to actually fulfill their role properly. But yeah, these are just a couple of points that I wanted to cover for you all, man, because I think it's very, very important to realize that all you have to do is sustain. All you have to do is stay alive. Like, I think people are so worried about protecting the towers, and it's huge to protect the towers, but in some situations, certain combination of heroes, they can just dive you. They will be able to dive you, and you will not be able to do nothing about it. So stand there trying to protect the tower. It's better that you just leave. And also what's very, very important is that you have teammates who know when to rotate, how to rotate, and where it's safe to rotate. And that's basically one of the biggest things as well. When a team is getting dove by multiple people, first off, if we're doing this warding system, you should always have some idea of where everyone is on the map, especially if they're towards your side of the map or if they're working on a gank or something. People should be, like, the Mobile Legends community has to be standing in positions where you have eyesight on the majority of the map. And because the map is so small, it's possible for all the players to be somewhere where they would see anybody trying to rotate over to their map. Like, the map is really, really small, so it's okay to roam around and be in areas where if someone tries to break to your side of the map, you will see them. In League of Legends, the map is a lot bigger, so it's not that easy for an assassin to dash twice and be in a good position to see anything. Like in Mobile Legends, we got all types of dashes. The map is small. We have all types of skills that can and you got freaking Hayabusa who can literally clear a wave in seconds. If he clears a wave in seconds and then go run around teleporting everywhere, Like literally, he can check like 3 good spots within seconds. So literally, he can be like a ward for almost half the map by himself. Fanny is obviously would be an unstoppable ward. But the thing about people using Fanny is people don't ever think about using Fanny as a ward. Everyone uses Fannies to try to get crazy clips and try to get crazy kills and stuff like that. There are different ways these heroes can be used. I'm not saying that using Fanny as a ward and just not thinking about her power whatsoever is the best strategy. I'm not saying that at all. This is literally off the top of my head right now. But what I'm saying is it is possible for Fanny to be the most unstoppable ward in the game. If your team's strategy makes sense to have her play that role. Like you may not, your team could be so good that you don't have to rely on Fanny for damage. She can literally just be around positioning well and getting information. Like Fanny could be an information gatherer basically, because she's so fast. Nobody can stop her from doing that. She can literally go around the whole map and see where everyone's at and what they gonna do about it. Nothing. Like so that I'm just saying that is definitely a strategy. But yo, that's pretty much it, man. That's pretty much all I wanted to talk about. We can go further into detail and conversations and have more conversations about this, but that's just a topic I wanted to talk about because I feel like it's not talked about a lot. It's really not talked about a lot. It seems that, like I said, I've said it a lot of times, it seems like everyone in Mobile Legends has the same strategy. There are more strategies that work. You can use the heroes in different ways than they are being used right now. And you can test out different things. You can practice different things. Like there's so many strategies. Like honestly, if you all put your minds towards coming up with strategies and stuff like that, you all would think of stuff that I won't think of. Everybody has their own minds. Everybody sees things differently, but it's like no one is exercising their ability to come up with strategies. Honestly, 9 times out of 10, you all are probably more likely to be able to come up with a much better strategy than I can, because you all play the game more than me. You all, like when the heroes get changed and stuff like that, usually I be taking months away from Mobile Legends. So when heroes get changed and stuff like that, heroes get a new skill, you shouldn't just think about how powerful that new skill is and how powerful this hero is going to be now. You should think about a strategy where you can use this hero for it. And don't just think about an aggressive kill strategy. Think about a strategy where they could, like, if it could help someone rotate around the map and see what's going on better or something like that. Like, literally think about multiple different strategies. In Mobile Legends, it just seems to be at all times kill, 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 kill. That's not the only strategy there is, and that's not the only thing that you can do in Mobile Legends. It's different ways to win a game, and it's possible to find a different way to win. You just have to be thinking about a different way to win. You can't just say, it's the assassin meta, the assassins is the only way to win. That's what it is. No, it's plenty of ways to win. And I'm sure there's a lot of people smart enough to figure out different ways to win, but people have to be putting that brain power towards trying to figure it out and not just because honestly, some of the smartest people, some of the best people who could come up with crazy strategies, some of you all are probably trapped in that mindset where this is the only strategy that works. But hopefully this can wake some people up. And also, I know some people are going to think things like, I can't control who gets paired on my team. What if my team don't know that I'm trying to be the human ward and stuff like that? What if my teammates don't understand what I'm doing? Honestly, the community is in control of all of this stuff. The community is really in control of all of this stuff. The reason the community does not know these things is because my videos, they get 1 million views and stuff like that. It's not these type of videos. It's not the type of videos where I'm sharing information. Why? Because not enough people drops a thumbs up. Not enough people engage in the comments and stuff, so YouTube will not share these type of videos that much. But what videos will they share? My top 5 best heroes, my top 5 worst heroes. Those are the type of videos that get shared because you have a bunch of people raging in the comment section like, no, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. Then you have a bunch of people leaving dislikes, you have a bunch of people leaving likes, and YouTube's like, oh, they must really like engaging with this video. Let me share this video. So YouTube would rather share that video because you all are going crazy over those type of videos. When I make a video like this, it's not as much engagement, so YouTube doesn't share it to all that people. If a video has 1 million views, over 1 million views, it's safe to assume more than likely if someone you get teamed with in Mobile Legends, they'll probably understand the same information that you understand. So the thing is, the information is here. I've done a lot of videos on stuff like this. They just have to be shared. That's really the only thing stopping your teammates from knowing. You have to realize that just simply hitting the thumbs up button and dropping a comment, that's all it takes to change the Mobile Legends community. That's literally all it takes. Simply because of the YouTube algorithm. But that's pretty much it, man. Let me know what you all think in the comment section down below. Make sure you drop that thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And I'm going to catch y'all on the next one, homies. Peace out, y'all.
I'm on it. Can't fail for my family, I want it. So they'll never need hope or want it. break, just something that I